My name is Elaine Frankowitz, and I am the principal here at Harmony Science Academy, Houston. My history with Harmony Public Schools is actually, I feel, a treat because I've been at this campus for 10 years. The school actually opened in 2000, and then shortly after that, I was hired actually in the 2005. I started as a teacher. I taught English and AP Psychology. We were a high school at that time, 6 through 12. And then in 2011, we switched into a K through 8 campus, and I became an assistant principal, and then I was exceeding very well in that, and I was an elementary principal, and then principal for 3 years. Prior to my tenure with Harmony, I also was in education. I was at the college level on the East Coast, and I was coaching as well as playing Division I ice hockey, and I was at the University of Connecticut and Providence College as well as Wayne State University while I was getting different masters. So I have 3 different masters, but masters in education is my most relevant to my principalship, and I apply that every day. My vision for my school here at Harmony is that each student will be successful and following along with our mission that will close the gap in the STEM subjects, which are science, technology, engineering, and math, and that they'll become a productive citizen in society and reach all of not only our academic goals here at campus, but meet all of the state campuses and exceed those. And hopefully, ultimately, in the process, they'll be ready for college and then society. Yes, I'm very proud to say that our students exceed both of those markers. Here in Texas, we have a STAR test, which is a state assessment, and we have met all standards in that measurement for the existence of our school. We actually have exceeded throughout the history and have been distinguished. We have a nationally distinguished Title I school, so we're excited for holding that honor, as well as we've been exemplary, which is exceeding, going above and beyond the standards in various areas and achieving a lot of growth. I believe that I am personally responsible for the academic growth of my students. I also share that with my staff. So just like I share any of our challenges, I also share our success and our personal growth. We monitor each student and we take into the picture the whole student and making sure that we can target with a strategic plan, database plan, that we're helping that student reach all of their goals. So I'm part of the team, and I do tutorials also as a principal. So I still do English tutorials, and one of my assistant principals does math tutorials. So a lot of our administration, we're very hands-on in the academics, and we want to help the students grow in every endeavor. My academic expectations for my students are pretty straightforward. I want the students to be accountable, and so there's on our campus they know what their goals are individually, where they need to go, what they need to grow to a certain level. We do measure that growth with a lot of tests and data. We want them to hit that growth level, which is very customized to each student, and we want them to exceed and be ready for college. So if they are able to go and take classes that are advanced placement, let's say in 8th grade they're taking high school courses, that's excellent. That's great. I want them to exceed as far as they can and be ready for whatever challenges they can. So we have a very high expectation for each student, and we want them to be ready for college and society. I believe the reasons behind student achievement is going to be a combination between hard work and natural intelligence. I'd like to say that every student possesses some type of natural intelligence on whatever level that is, and that we tap into that and we add a lot of hard work. So really at our campus, we have dedicated staff. We're working beyond the school hours. All of us want to make sure that each student is successful, and the student has to put in the hard work, and we're there to match them with that hard work, as well as we encourage the parents. So it's really is a harmony triad of hard work to get each student where they need to be. We like to keep track of our students' academics throughout the year, and we use various measures. We have an online database, which is very unique, and it also will help parents as well keep track while we're keeping track. So we put every test through there, every daily assignment. I mean, parents can have an app where it just pops on their phone that, oh, my student just got this grade, or this is going on here, or they were late to class, or whatnot. And we also have, we call it an intervention tracking sheet. We put every intervention, like every hour that we spend with a student, if they need additional help in a certain area, or if they need to have challenge in this area. So we have an extensive tracking. It's a very large database, I would say, almost like a dashboard, and it's a very collaborative effort. So a lot of my academic team, assistant principals, department heads, we use a lot of data to make sure that it's strategic and data-based instruction for each student. I have several behavioral expectations for all of my students. Ultimately, I want us to be good citizens that are practicing altruism, helping out others, and on a global level. So we have many measures. Character Matters is very important to Harmony. We have a character education class. We have a positive reinforcement system, which is part of our overall discipline system, where students can earn points for things that are, picking up trash as they're walking by, helping a student if their books fell, opening the door for someone coming through. So we like to catch them doing those little things that are the things that matter, character matters, and really reinforcing the honesty, the integrity. And we do different prizes. We have breakfast with the principal, lunch with the principal. We even have trips. We go on international trips, and we take students to experience what it's like in another culture and to see how we all interact, and those things matter. I enforce rules in a very straightforward, friendly manner. We definitely, on the student level, we want to make sure that the students are accountable and they understand that the expectation is clear. So first, they have to understand these are the expectations we have for behavior on the positive side, and then things that are unacceptable. As a school-wide, we have school-wide policies. All of the teachers, we go through and train on that, so they're able to have the expectations with the students and have that clear, frank conversation. And we hold them accountable. There is a discipline system where they can receive a negative point. Let's say you're out of uniform or you're late, and you have that conversation with the student and let them know this is what's going on, we need to correct this, so that those behaviors minimize. And we have character matters again. Another positive side to it is that they learn not to do those behaviors again. I like to reward good behavior, and we reward good behavior often. We have students of the month, we have students of the week, students of the year. We have award ceremonies. We make sure that they are allowed to go into extra activities. We bring in different things, like we have BMX bikers, like students that are having a lot of good behavior will get extra additional activities and things, and they get highlighted on our website, our newsletter. They get little badges and things so that other students can see, and they're able to do. We have online news that the students, they love to do the Tiger News. So the good students, after that, they get awarded and they get to be on with the principal, and so the whole school recognizes them as well. I believe that as the principal of Harmony Public Schools, I am personally responsible for the professional development and growth of my teachers, just as I am for the students. I feel that we're lifelong learners, so it's very important that all of our staff, all of our teachers are engaged in meaningful learning, and we partner with a lot of universities and nationwide programs, I should say, recognized to bring in and challenge our teachers. We also ask our teachers, we kind of do a needs assessment first to say, okay, where do we need to grow? What do we need to work on as a school? And also we take into account what individual teachers need to grow. So we'll have whole group campus-wide. We will have district Harmony-wide, like maybe because we are in Houston, City of Houston, certain areas will partner with other schools and say, what do we need to grow on? How can we challenge and develop? And that makes them stronger, because if they're developing and they're better in the classroom, then the students are going to have better education, and it's going to be just everyone's going to get better, and including myself. I want all of our administration, our front staff, we're always looking for meaningful professional development that can help us reach our goals, and we provide quite a bit as whole group as well as individual professional development. If I were to have a teacher vacancy on my campus, which we have a really great retention rate, which is 90%, so I'm really excited about that. But if I were to have a vacancy on this campus, the first way we would go about is we would look to our current interns. So we partner with the universities, and we actually have interns come in from the local University of Houston, University of St. Thomas, and various other sites. And so we're letting students student teach alongside with our trained certified teacher. So we get a chance to see them in action. They get a chance to see what Harmony's about and develop that relationship. So I first would look there to interview and see what the interest is and the level, if it matches our needs. I also would post online so that we're doing, of course, a national search as well as international. We're looking, it's not just in the United States, we could have international teachers as well. So there's the online feature there. And there's a lot of great programs that we partner with that are alternative certifications. So if a teacher didn't go through the traditional track, there's still that opportunity to be certified in the state of Texas and nationwide if you do the ACP alternative certification program. So we look at those teachers as well. And it's a committee-based research team. So we take the grade level teachers involved in those interviews. We want them to have a say as well, who they're going to work with on the team. And we try to have as much input as possible. And they do a demo lesson, and it's 3 to 4 different interviews for that one person, just to make sure that they're going to be the best fit for the campus, for the students, for the teachers. I evaluate my teachers following the Harmony Public School guidelines. And the reason we evaluate them is because we want to make sure that they're growing and that they're also accountable to student growth. And one of the ways we do that is we utilize something called H-Tests, which is Harmony Teacher Evaluation Support System. And on there are several different modules that are looking at engagement of students, looking at student growth, looking at classroom management, overall professionalism, rigor of the lesson, how are they writing that, how are they differentiating to meet the needs of the students. And we go in the classroom quite a bit. So principals were hands-on in the classroom, and there's a minimum of at least 10 walkthroughs and 4 45-minute observations. And those are the minimum. So we're usually in the class more than that because we want to sit down and help the teacher grow. And all of those observations come with a face-to-face time where we sit down and we say, this is the information that we collected. These are the scores. And, they're meant to grow, like not to have that fear evaluation, but it's a partnership. And how can we help that teacher learn and grow and get better so that they can have the students get better? And in the student growth accountability, each teacher has a goal that they need to meet. And we measure it 3 times in the year, the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and the end of the year using a nationwide NWA MAP test. So if they meet that score, the teacher also is eligible for a financial stipend, which is good for them. They can get a bonus for meeting that. So there's a little bit of a financial incentive as well to make sure that you continue to grow beyond the levels of, so you can overachieve. As the principal, I engage parents in their child's education right away, right from the lottery, actually, because we have the chance. Principals are always present at the lottery, and it's a very emotional time. There's parents that cry when their students get in. There's parents that are crying when their students, unfortunately, are on the wait list. So that relationship is a close bond right from the start. And then we encourage our parents to be involved. We want them to be right there side by side with the teacher and the student so that the learning is not only happening at school, but they can also take that learning home, and it's meaningful, valuable things that they can do. So we invite parents to all of our open house nights. We have information nights for parents as well, and train them so that if they're not comfortable in a subject or whatnot, we actually say, these are some key things. And it's actually like a parent class. So we have kind of parent classes and a lot of fun, international nights and things where the students are performing, and there's also fun and eating. So it's a relaxed environment. So all levels of parent involvement. We also ask parents to be a part of our decision-making team. So when we look at the school and how it's functioning and how do we improve the campus improvement plan, they're part of that. They have a voice at all levels, and so we really encourage the parent involvement. And luckily for us, since we're choice school, parents drop off their students and pick up their students every day. We get a chance to see that face-to-face relationship. So I get to speak with them in the morning and afternoon, and as well as other staff members, and we get a lot of parent voice involvement. I am very available to talk to parents, almost too much, I would say. Some parents have my cell phone, so I can be reached at any hour. And I'm available all the time. My door's always open. I greet the parents in the morning. I love to be out there greeting the students, and I say hello and welcome, and a lot of parents. So I'm available there. Sometimes parents grab me and they say, hey, I just want to talk to you for a minute, and I absolutely welcome that. Also in the afternoon when the students are leaving, I try to be as visible as possible. I'm helping out students and putting them in cars, and parents have conversations there. I'm basically 24 hours, 7 days a week. I've been up here on weekends with parents, and like I said, they have my cell phone, so they'll call me or text me with something. And we want it to be very open door policy, and that we are together, that it's a team, and it takes all of us together to help the students be successful. And so we encourage as much communication and contact as possible.